I want to tell you about something that's outrageous and someone needs to do something about it. 300,000 tons, if the story I read was correct, 300,000 tons of CO2 is being released into the atmosphere right now because of that meeting in Europe with the heads of state over climate change. I don't see them driving electric cars. I don't see their Secret Service and their bodyguards driving electric cars. Why don't they lead by example? If we're in such grave danger, then why don't they lead by example? And why don't they deal with China and India, who together are the world's two largest polluters, okay? Here's why I'm suspect. It used to be called global warming, but now it's just called climate change. Why? Because, well, at first it was getting warm. Now, wait a minute, now that it's getting cold, and then the ocean was rising, and now the ocean is decreasing, and we don't know what's going on. It's just, well, maybe it's just a cycle. Maybe it's just a natural cycle. If there is a problem in this world, and I say if, genuinely not knowing, because I read the same stories you do. There are people who say that this is good science, that there really is a danger to the climate, and other people say this is absolute bunk. It is bunk. So, saying for a second, let's just leave it as an open question. Well, we're big people. No one wants to destroy the environment, right? I mean, when I was a child, if we grew up near Lake Ontario, Lake Erie, one of the Great Lakes, and two of the Great Lakes, and there was so much mercury going into the lakes that they were telling people, don't eat the fish. If you're fishing, great, have fun, throw them back. Don't eat them because you might get mercury poisoning. So, intelligent people banded together and they stopped the pollutants from going into the Great Lakes that were causing such high levels of mercury in fish. We can figure this out, okay? But when I watch Obama, and put up that picture of these people. When I watch these people, these heads of state, almost to the man and the woman, they're all baby killers. They all believe in the brutal murder of unborn babies by abortion. They don't fear God. The Bible says those who hate him, hate wisdom or God, love death. Okay, these are death mongers. These are people that support the demonic practice, the demonic crime of ripping babies apart limb from limb and throwing their mutilated bodies into sewers, into garbage dumps, burning them in incinerators. So if there's a pollution going on in the world, it's the shedding of innocent blood. Literally tens of millions of babies being brutally murdered every year under the watchful eye of the very people that are in charge of this climate summit. So I'm suspect. If they don't have the wisdom to protect human life, then why would I trust their wisdom about protecting the planet when many of them believe that human beings are garbage that can be thrown away, or the human beings are the problem? There's too many human beings. They're Malthusians. The world can't sustain all these people. No, God said be fruitful and multiply. God said he's given us the land. He's given us every living thing for us to manage, to maintain. The earth is ours, okay, as a gift from our Maker. These people don't believe that. Most of them believe that the earth came from a big bang. We don't know how that got there, but that humanity basically started off as a one or two celled little creature, and then it started to multiply, and then it was swimming around, and a bigger thing was swimming after it, and it jumped out of the swamp and went, I can breathe. Look, I can breathe. Then it walked around. Then it climbed up a tree and was a monkey, and then somehow it said, this back, oh, my back is killing me. I'm hunched over too much. Straighten up. And then it began to walk as a human being, and it began to talk. It's so absurd. It really is absurd. It's like saying a Mickey Mouse wristwatch can evolve into a Porsche or a Mercedes. Okay? I was at the hospital the other day with at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. My son has been being treated, and I just had this epiphany. One human body is more sophisticated than every medical instrument that they have in the whole place. What does that say? It says somebody made the human body. It didn't evolve any more than this hospital evolved. I'll be right back.